Aye.
Here. Trustee Garvey.
Here.
Trustee Zalick.
Here.
Trustee Geezer.
Should I say aye? Here.
You could make.
Trustee Fruzzoloni. Here. Trustee McCarthy.
Here.
Mayor Savarino.
Here. Please stand and face the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Their motion to approve the minutes of our July 19, 2021 Village Board meeting.
So moved.
Second.
By Trustee McCarthy and seconded by Trustee Fruzzoloni. Clerk, call the roll.
Trustee Berger.
Aye.
Trustee Garvey.
Aye.
Trustee Zalick.
Aye.
Trustee Geezer.
Aye.
Trustee Fruzzoloni. Aye. Trustee McCarthy.
Aye. Kind of wanted to say here.
Is there a motion to approve but not release the executive session minutes of our July 19, 2021 Village Board meeting?
So moved. Second.
Moved by Trustee Berger, seconded by Trustee Zalick. Clerk, call the roll.
Trustee Berger.
Aye.
Trustee Garvey.
Aye.
Trustee Zalick.
Aye.
Trustee Geezer.
Aye.
Trustee Fruzzoloni. Aye. Trustee McCarthy.
Aye.
Under listening posts, we have resolution number 3208 honoring Edie Gerley upon her retirement from the Village of Carroll Stream Finance Department, and Trustee McCarthy has asked if he could read that.
Whereas Edie Jarrell, correct?
Jarrell?
Girelli.
Jarelli. Confirming. Joined the Village of Carroll Stream Finance Department as a part-time accountant's clerk on February 19th, 2001. And whereas Edie was promoted to the position of full-time accounts clerk on January 20th, 2003. Whereas throughout her tenure, Edie has demonstrated leadership and excellence in multiple operational areas within the finance department, including vehicle licensing, business registration, real estate transfer tax processing, and utility customer service. And whereas in her primary duties of managing the village's biweekly payroll process, Edie is frequently the first point of contact for employees seeking information about payroll, benefit, and leave programs. And whereas Edie's commitment to lifelong learning and the highest professional standards in the payroll and benefits field are hallmarks of the outstanding service she delivers to employees of the village on a daily basis. And whereas following more than 20 years of dedicated service to the village and its residents, Edie has decided to retire from the village finance department effective September 2nd, 2021. Now therefore be it resolved by the mayor and board of trustees of the village of Carroll Stream, on behalf of all the former and present elected and appointed officials and residents of Carroll Stream, that Edie Jarelli's service and dedication to the village of Carroll Stream are hereby recognized and commended. Edie is wished the very best of happiness and health in her retirement. This resolution shall be in full force and effect from and after its passage and is approved by law, passed and approved this second day of August 2021, and I will make that motion.
Second.
Moved by Trustee McCarthy, seconded by Trustee Fruzzoloni. Clerk, call the roll.
Trustee Berger.
Aye.
Trustee Garvey.
Aye.
Trustee Zalick.
Aye.
Trustee Geezer.
Aye.
Trustee Fruzzoloni. Aye. Trustee McCarthy.
Aye. Can you please come up here? Come join us for a photo.
Everybody in this picture?
One, two, three. And one more. One, two, three.
These are plaques that I hate to give out.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Let's take the podium, and you want the box?
Say aye. Or is it here?
So since we no longer have vehicle stickers, I'm leaving. No reason for me to stay anymore now. I enjoyed 20 years here. I started out as temporary, filling in for Peggy when she went on maternity leave, and that turned into full-time. And I'm just so thankful. I've enjoyed almost every day here. There's been some challenging days and days that took me out of my comfort zone, but I thank John, I thank Barb for that, because it's really helped me in that. And I'm going to miss everybody. I'm going to miss my finance family. I'm just going to miss coming into the building saying good morning to everybody. But I truly thank the village for the benefits that they've given us. I thank you for the health insurance that helped me with my family, and now I get to enjoy my pension. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank
you.
John, would you like to say a few words?
Well, if you're going to ask.
Well, I mean, I wasn't sure. Now that you gave her a hug, all the CDC rules and the governor's down there right now throwing darts. Would you like?
Out the window, right. Thank you, Mayor. I appreciate the opportunity. Absolutely going to miss Edie terribly. Edie and I go way back. We've not only worked together here in Carroll Stream, we've worked together in her previous work life at Glen Ellen, and Edie left Glen Ellen, and I followed her over here. So I think we both found a wonderful home here. Edie has been, I don't know that she's missed a payroll in 20 years, honestly, to tell you the truth. I mean, she's so laser focused on the process every 2 weeks, and that's one of those processes you all are aware is very critical in an operational like the finance department. So with that, it's a coveted position, but it's also well earned by Edie because she has been on top of her game every day for the past 20 years. Employees have come to rely on her day in and day out to give them the proper advice and help in terms of payroll and benefits issues. So she's just been a tremendous asset to the department, and again, just a member of the family. So we're going to miss her dearly, but we know where you live, and we expect a couple more good mornings after September 2nd as well. So please stay in touch. You're always welcome in the finance department. Love you. Thanks.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
And he means that. We mean that too. You're always welcome here. You are part of our family. The next is resolution number 3209, honoring Barb Wydra upon her 20th anniversary of employment with the Village of Carroll Stream Finance Department. And a trustee, pardon me?
It's finance
Yeah,
night.
today's your big night, huh? Yeah, you've been planning this. Trustee Geezer asked if he could read that.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mayor. It's a resolution honoring Barb Wydra for her 20 years of service with the Village of Carroll Stream Finance Department. Whereas Barb Wydra joined the Village of Carroll Stream Finance Department as an accountant on May 21st, 2001, and whereas during her tenure, Barb has played a critical role in the preparation of the annual audit and completion of numerous financial reports to external regulatory agencies, as well as the selection, configuration, and implementation of a new financial accounting software system, both of which have earned her commendations for excellence. And whereas Barb was promoted to the position of accounting manager on July 6, 2015, and whereas Barb's outstanding technical, organizational, and leadership skills resulted in her promotion to the position of Assistant Finance Director on May 1st, 2019, and whereas on May 21st, 2021, Barb celebrated her 20th anniversary of employment with the village. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the Mayor and the Board of Trustees of the Village of Carroll Stream, on behalf of all the former and present elected and appointed officials and the residents of Carroll Stream, that Section 1, Barb's service and dedication to the Village of Carroll Stream are hereby recognized and commended. Section 2, Barb is wished the very best of happiness and health in her continued employment with the village. This resolution shall be in full force and effect from and after its passage and is approved by law, passed and approved the second day of August, 2021. And I will make the motion.
Moved by trustee.
Second?
And seconded by trustee Frizzaloni. Clerk, call the roll.
Trustee Berger.
Aye.
Trustee Garvey.
Aye.
Trustee Zalick.
Aye.
Trustee Giesers.
Aye.
Trustee Frizzaloni.
Aye.
Trustee McCarthy.
Aye.
Why don't you come up for a photo? Yeah.
Gotta get it to wake up and actually want to take the picture.
You need to put a flash cube on top?
All right, 1, 2, 3. One more. 1, 2, 3.
Would you like to say a word or two?
Absolutely.
I would just like to thank everybody for the 20 years. It went by so fast because I'm surrounded by such great leaders and mentors, and as well as my staff back here who are just awesome and support me in every way they can. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
John, you want to say a few words? 20 years. I don't know, they must like you, put up with you. Save it for retirement, I like that. Okay, well, that'll work. Tia, do we have any audience participation?
We have received no submitted electronic comments.
So we have nothing. Okay, Mr. Rhodes, there was nothing in there? That means, is there a motion to establish a consent agenda?
So moved?
Second?
Moved by trustee McCarthy, seconded by trustee Giesers. Clerk, call the roll.
Trustee Berger.
Aye.
Trustee Garvey.
Aye.
Trustee Zalick.
Aye.
Trustee Giesers.
Aye.
Trustee Frizzaloni.
Aye.
Trustee McCarthy.
Aye.
Madam Clerk, would you please read what is on the consent agenda?
Certainly. Should I wait?
Oh, yeah, wait.
Board and Commission reports. Plan Commission Zoning Board of Appeals, McDonald's, 355 South Shmail Road, amendment to a special use permit drive-through expansion parking variation. Recommend approval subject to conditions 4-0.
Yes.
Yes. Village of Carroll Stream, 500 North Gary Avenue, zoning text amendment, Unified Development Ordinance, UDO. Recommend approval 4-0.
Yes.
Yes. Staff reports and recommendations. Award of a contract for the Clarifier Dome demolition to Bowler Construction Company, Inc. in the amount of $29,800.
Yes.
Yes. Approval of an agreement for architectural services with Studio GC for the Public Works Center Space Optimization Study in an amount up to $27,300.
Yes.
Yes. Approval of an agreement for professional services with Jacobs for the WRC Facility Assessment and Capital Improvement Plan update in an amount not to exceed $46,757.
Yes.
Yes. Ordinances. Ordinance adopting rules and regulations of the Board of Fire and Police Commissioners regarding amendments to Chapter 3 Examinations Original Appointments.
Yes.
Yes. That is ordinance number 2021-08-31. Ordinance approving an amendment to a special use permit for a drive-through use, parking variation, and building setback variation, McDonald's, 355 South Shmail Road.
Yes.
That is ordinance number 2021-08-32. Ordinance amending Chapter 16 of the Carroll Stream Code of Ordinances, Unified Development Ordinance.
Yes.
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 That is ordinance number 2021-08-33. Ordinance amending Chapter 11, Article 2 of the Carroll Stream Code of Ordinances by decreasing the number of Class P liquor licenses from 7 to 6. 7-Eleven Incorporated doing business as 7-Eleven 33408H, 550 West Army Trail Road, and increasing the number of Class P liquor licenses from 6 to 7. V&SP Corporation doing business as 7-Eleven 33408C, 550 West Army Trail Road.
Yes.
Yes.
That is ordinance number 2021-08-34. Resolutions. Resolution amending Resolution 3183, adopting the 2021-22 employee pay plan for the Village of Carroll Stream. Staff recommends funding of a 2% merit increase retroactive to May 1st, 2021 for all eligible employees currently employed by the village.
Yes.
Yes.
That is resolution number 3210. Payment of bills. Regular bills, July 20th, 2021 through August 2nd, 2021.
Yes.
Yes.
Addendum warrants, July 20th, 2021 through August 2nd, 2021.
Yes.
Yes.
Treasurer's report, revenue expenditure statements and balance sheet for the month ended June 30th, 2021.
Received.
And that concludes the items on the consent agenda.
Is there a motion to put those items on the consent agenda?
So moved.
By
Second.
trustee McCarthy, seconded by trustee Frizzaloni. Clerk, call the roll.
Trustee Berger.
Aye.
Trustee Garvey.
Aye.
Trustee Zalick.
Aye.
Trustee Geezer.
Aye.
Trustee Frizzaloni.
Aye.
Trustee McCarthy.
Aye.
Is there a motion to approve those items by omnibus vote?
So moved.
Second.
Was that moved by trustee Frizzaloni, seconded by trustee Zalick? Clerk, call the roll.
Trustee Berger.
Aye.
Trustee Garvey.
Aye.
Trustee Zalick.
Aye.
Trustee Geezer.
Aye.
Trustee Frizzaloni.
Aye.
And Trustee McCarthy.
Aye.
That was pretty quick. All of you that are sitting in the back, if you were here for anything that's on the agenda and it was approved, is that,
You're all good.
You're good.
you're done?
You're welcome
in.
you're welcome to
Everything is
stay.
in.
We
You
approved
don't have to
whatever you
sit
were
and
here
listen
for.
to us. We go on the report of, what were you here for? You had to come for that? Come on. I'm sure working with Don, you knew we were going to pass that. Thank you for being in Carroll Stream.
Yes, thank you very much.
Okay, let's start with report officers. How about our photographer down here, a hero, Trustee Berger?
I don't know about hero, but yes, I know how to use a camera.
Spend time.
I'll keep it brief. I just want to say that I enjoyed our Move with the Mayor event last weekend. Although I did not need any steps that day because I had 25 miles in 4 days that I covered. But it was a good warm-up for the day, though. I'm a frequent walker around town, especially in the morning. I like to I wake up early, so I like to get up and just take a long walk. And I think it's great that we're encouraging other people to do the same thing. And you might learn something about the village, too, if you join us on the next one. For example, I didn't know that Carroll Stream was home to the second largest fountain in the state of Illinois. I think that should be like on the welcome sign when people are driving into Carroll Stream, home of the second largest fountain in Illinois. Maybe we could sell T-shirts and stickers. I think that would be great.
Yeah.
Make it a big tourist attraction and help with the revenues of the town.
Edie, you'll have to come back from retirement then.
Yeah. We'll never have to think about, vehicle stickers again. So anyway, that was my thought, and that concludes my report.
Well, thank you. Are you going to talk a little bit about Lollapalooza? You were down there for all them days taking pictures, and thank you for sending the pictures. I would never have gotten that crowd, but I enjoyed watching the pictures that you kept sending.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun, a lot of walking. Like I said, 25 miles in 4 days is a little beyond my normal pace. I shot 40 bands and took over 4,000, or I forget how many pictures. I posted on Facebook. But yeah, it was a fun event. It was great to see people out there. It was a little, with COVID, it's a little concerning. There were times when I was forced into a tighter crowd, I put my mask on, but I got to run into people like Billy Idol and some other people, so it was kind of fun. And I'm glad I only have to do it once a year.
That's good. Thank you. Thank you for being at the walk on Saturday morning.
I think it's a great idea.
Trustee Garvey.
I just want to commend Edie and Barb on their service to Carroll Stream, and that's the end of my report.
That's it?
That's it.
Okay, Trustee Zalick.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Mayor. First off, I would like to congratulate Edie. She has helped me out when I was in my days of being the police and forgetting an OT slip, and I get to run down there, and she was more than accommodating and helping me get paid. So thank you, and she's a very good job. Barb, she too takes her job very seriously and is dedicated to her duties. If I submitted a receipt from the pension conference that was maybe outside of the scope, she definitely shot it down. So thank you, Barb, for being so diligent. I attended an appreciation barbecue or picnic for our volunteers, and most people don't realize how much time and energy they put to the village and not get paid. It's great to see that people get involved, and not just for the money. I hope they know that they are very, very, very much appreciated in this village. So thank you all, the volunteers, for what you do. And finally, just keep the first responders and military in your thoughts and prayers. And that concludes my report.
Thank you, Trustee Zalick. Trustee Gieser.
Thank you very much. I too was at the Move with the Mayor. Enjoyed that very much. So what's the route going to be is it this weekend?
I think we're going to start out at the town center and work our way to the high school, because we got properties in there that a lot of people ask questions. Why don't we have them cut the grass? And they don't know that they're not part of Carroll Stream. I'd like to show them the Hahn Farm. Coach Hahn was one of the great wrestling coaches of all time at Glenbard North, which is kitty corner from there. That's property I believe is up for sale. Maybe walk to the high school and just take our time on one side and then back on the other. We walked in circles until I think I walked 7,000 steps. That's more than I walked in the last month. So, it was tough for me, but thank you for being.
It was like Trustee Berger said, it was a good start to the day. It was nice, and it's good that we are promoting it. Not all of us, but me definitely. We could, I could use.
And one of the residents actually wanted us to go over to the memorial and talk about the memorial, how it actually came to be, and which was very nice. But, go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. I'm glad you're able to talk about it because it's a good event. It's a good program. So, speaking of good programs, our next Thursday night concert is coming up. It's an ABBA tribute band, Dancing Queen, from 7 to 9 p.m. Hope to see everyone out there. Also, if you're looking to get COVID-19 vaccination, there will be a caravan clinic in Carroll Stream at Repeat Boutique on Gary Avenue from 10 to noon tomorrow. No appointments necessary. This is a program, Tia, through the county, am I correct?
That is correct. It's a program through DuPage County, and it'll also be visiting some other communities around us over the next couple weeks.
So please, if you're inclined, please go get your shot. And something that some people should start thinking of, if you want to get your passport renewed, do it now. Do it, they're now at 18 weeks to get it renewed. My wife has a trip out of the country scheduled for next week, and she applied in late March, early early April, and she still has not received it. And so I spoke to a couple Congress people's offices, and it's like, we can try to expedite it if we can't, but they are so backed up because people were let go. And but please, if you're planning a trip out of the country, and you're either getting a new passport or you are renewing a passport, please do it now. So that's my report.
Thank you, that's important information, too.
Yeah.
Trustee Frizzaloni.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I enjoyed walking on Saturday. You kept a very brisk pace. There was a couple times that Trustee Berger and I were like, oh, we fell behind. We need to start walking a little
I
faster.
was just hanging back with you because I felt bad for you.
And I appreciate that. What I thought was really cool is you were our tour guide. I mean, the information that you gave, I think, was absolutely fantastic. So I hope that more residents will join us. And go walk into the high school, you might actually pick up a couple of people that are on the path and get them to join. So hopefully, we'll have a couple more residents. I know the residents that attended Saturday really did enjoy it. So I hope we have some more residents that can attend. Congratulations to Edie. Thank you so much for everything that you have done. I don't have payroll issues, but the times that I've gotten to talk to her has been more on a personal level. So I just want to say congratulations and enjoy retirement. And thank you to Barb. And boy, I really hope we don't read her retirement anytime soon. So see what you can do over there, John. But congratulations on 20 years. We like, the anniversaries. The retirement ones are a little bit harder for us. Thank you very much to Chief Holmer. Thank you very much to the Special Operations Unit that put on specifically Officer Carroll, who put on the volunteer appreciation barbecue yesterday. I've been trying to calculate in my head how many years that I've been a police volunteer, because it's been more than I've been on the board, and I think that I'm going into my 13th year as a police volunteer, if I did my math correctly. Time has absolutely flown by. It is really something that I enjoy doing so much, and what really impressed me was even during a pandemic year, when almost everything was shut down and we really didn't have a lot of opportunities for our volunteers to be able to, do some of the regular things they do and even some of the, extra things. Whenever we called on them, we always had more people than we could possibly use. And forgive me because I missed part of it yesterday, but it was over 600 hours, right? Or was it 800 hours volunteered? It was a savings of over $20,000 to the village. I remember that, but I can't remember if it was 600 or 800 hours that was volunteered last year during the pandemic. Do you remember? Okay, good. So I don't feel so bad. I know it's about half of what we normally do, and that would, again, because we didn't have the Thursday night concerts, and again, because it was a pandemic year, but it still was very impressive to see the number of hours. And again, I think when we translate that into the cost savings to the village, it really does mean something to the volunteers. I've said this for years. You don't have to look far in Carroll Stream to be part of a group of volunteers and give back to this community. And some of my very best friends in Carroll Stream are part of that group. I met them volunteering for the police department, and it's fantastic. On a personal note, I was honored. I didn't even realize that I had reached 500 hours. So I was very, very happy to have reached that milestone. Going to aim for 600 for next year. So I've got a goal in mind that I'd like to try and get another 100 hours for this year, helping the police department any way that I can. So don't hold me to that. I mean, we'll see what opportunities come up. But I do like doing what I can for the village. Speaking of the police department, this Wednesday is our next neighborhood roll call, and the location was just announced on Facebook. If you're not following the police department on Facebook, every Monday they put out the new location. It is going to be at Hunter Drive and Murbach Drive, so right off of Coon Road. Starts at 7 o'clock, goes 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. It really depends on
how many residents show up and how many questions they have. We do have officers from our patrol division that are there to answer questions. They introduce themselves, and they will stay back and talk with residents one-on-one if there's any issues or concerns or questions that they have. It's a great program, and I hope that you can make it to one of them. The program will be running through the first week of September. And with that, I will end my report.
Thank you, Trustee Frizzaloni. Well, Trustee McCarthy.
I'm a big believer that the backbone of any strong community is community involvement. And with that, I can say that we have a pretty strong backbone. We've got a lot of volunteers, and absolutely led the way by the police volunteers who are always involved in just about everything. And I want to thank them for everything they do, whether you see them or you don't. There's a lot of things they do behind the scenes or quietly that you don't even notice. But as Trustee Frizzaloni said, if they get a call, they're there. So I think it's important that they're there helping the police, and I think it's important how much support they get from the police to be part of it. So I want to thank you too, Chief, and all the way down. I think it's great. Just like I think the neighborhood roll call, that is a wonderful idea, and I think it's going to get stronger as you go on, and the relationships that get built, I think, will be very important. So congratulations on that. Got a couple concerts left. As Trustee Geezer said, we've got Dancing Queen this week, and then next week, unfortunately, that's it. Hairband night. However, we are going to have fireworks after Hairband night, which means plan your trip accordingly too, because Coon's going to be shut down. No, Lies is going to be shut down from Gary all the way to Idaho, probably, something like that.
Yes.
So you won't be able to travel on that, but there'll be all kinds of people out watching the fireworks, and I think it's a great end to a year it was difficult to plan. Luckily, Tia and everybody else who planned it did a wonderful job of finding a way, like I said Thursday, finding a way to just get us out and together, which I think was the biggest thing. So again, great job. John, a good and bad tonight. I mean, we got to read resolutions for two wonderful people who are great for our village. Unfortunately, we're saying goodbye to one of them. Without finances, a village is in trouble, and you guys handle it like experts like you are. Hate to see Edie go, but I also congratulate her on a well-deserved retirement. And also congratulations to Barb for 20 years, and again, as it said, no retiring anytime soon. With that, I'll end my report.
Thank you, Trustee McCarthy. Tia, do you have anything you'd like to add?
Well, as a few of our trustees have noted, there are 2 concerts left, which means 2 more opportunities to donate to Operation Support Our Troops. So far, we've collected a little over $1,900, and we'd really like your help to get to that $2,000 or more. In addition, we're just really excited that we were able to have these concerts this year, and that's due to our sponsors. As a reminder, these concerts aren't paid for through village tax dollars. They're instead paid for by our community sponsors and community businesses.
Thank you. I'm a little concerned that have we really got out the word about the fireworks? Because that's just completely out of when we would do them. In the band that night, I've heard people what is it?
Hairband.
Hairband. I don't know. I mean, we have to get the word out. I'm really concerned about the people that live there. Do they know that we're going to do fireworks all at once at 9 o'clock? They're going to be sitting in their house calling the police to find out what's blowing up, so.
Well, in addition to our news release on our website and on social media and in our e-newsletter, we also will have signage posted along Gary Avenue. I believe we're planning to put that out the Monday before the fireworks. And then the Wednesday before the fireworks, we'll also do a code red notification, which means we will alert cell phones, email addresses, and landlines that are linked to addresses within a certain distance from around town center to make sure that everyone has the opportunity to be notified of both the fireworks as well as the road closure along Lees Road.
Very good. Thank you. Madam Clerk, Julia?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I just wanted to also commend Edie and Barb on their service to Carroll Stream. It sounds like they really help Mr. Baytek quite a bit in the finance department, and it's always good to have excellent staff backing you up. So congratulations to both of them on their service. And also, just like everybody else who joined the mayor for the Move with the Mayor on Saturday, I really enjoyed it. So did Greg. It was a great way to start the weekend, and I thought it was pretty cool, too, that we had some new residents come out that I hadn't met before, so made some new friends. And like, I think was it, who mentioned that Mayor Savarino was a tour guide, so Mayor, yeah. And so Mayor Savarino taught us so much about the history of Carroll Stream. And I was walking with Trustee Geezer a little bit, and he was showing me pictures on his phone from black and white pictures from years and years ago, what the town used to look like, how the fountain got built. So just, it was a great history lesson, and we had exercise. It was a beautiful day. So I'm looking forward to the next one, this coming Saturday, Mayor. Also wanted to mention that Greg and I had the chance to attend the 5th annual Ride for John, which is it's a motorcycle event. It's a motorcycle ride followed by concert and outdoor event put on by Kathy and Rob Zander, who are Carroll Stream residents who lost their son, John, to opioid overdose a few years back. And this is the 5th year that they've been doing this event. And they're doing it to remember their son, but also all the other kids that have lost their lives to opioids. And it was a really powerful event. Just so many people came together. Like each year it gets bigger and bigger. Unfortunately, the number of photos of the kids gets larger as well. I mean, there's so many kids that are being killed by opioids. So it was a big event where our police department was there, Deputy Chief Jungers was there. We saw Lisa Lake, who just had a resolution a couple weeks ago. The sheriff was there, and you know, my husband and another county board member spoke on the Hope Task Force and all the initiatives they're taking to try to fight this. But it was a good event to show the support for all the families that are grieving. So really powerful, and they're going to continue doing it. So each year, if you have a chance, if you ride a motorcycle, they had some pretty cool Harleys there that I got to see, but just a great event. And then, let's see, lastly, just wanted to say that I've been shopping Carroll Stream as much as possible. In fact, I was just getting my car washed today at Mr. Car Wash across from Jewel. And I finally asked the guy, he always helps me. I said, what's your name, by the way? And he said, Rick Rodriguez. He says, and I said, oh, nice to meet you. I said, you own the place? And he says, no. He says, I'm a veteran. I've been working for you for some time. He said, I was actually on the WGN News, I don't know how many years ago, but I guess he's, you know, a veteran with a story. And he's just so friendly. And he said, you know, I love this job because I get to talk to people and make friends. He's like, with all the division in the world right now, he's like, it feels good to just be able to help people and be friendly to people. And he's just such a nice guy. So there's a reason to shop Carroll Stream right there is Rick Rodriguez. And then secondly, I'm starting to see monarchs on my butterfly bushes, which I bought last year at Lowe's. And that's my segue into, please do keep shopping Carroll Stream. There's a lot here to offer.
So that's where they're at. They ain't in my yard.
The monarchs aren't in your yard? Oh, they're all over. Well, I've got honeysuckle and...
So when you say the Ride for John was powerful, are you talking about just looking at the board of all of the young people that have died on opioids was powerful enough that you could stand there and I get goosebumps thinking about it? There's over 650 pictures on that board, and that's not everybody. That's just some. And I would have to say, I got to meet the pastor while I was there. We kind of went in shifts, which was good. I went later because I had some other things that I was doing, but it was powerful. And I have to agree. The pastor signed 2 books for me that he actually wrote on opioids and different things, and I asked if he would sign them for me. I don't ride a bike, but I've run with the motorcycle guys with one of my old cars, and they always are just perfect people to be with. I know John has been in some of the, Trustee Zalek has been in some of those rides, but they're just good people to do good things for, and that's a good family. And when you lose someone, I lost a son, they lost a son, you know the feeling. You could really grab onto that feeling. And they couldn't have been nicer to me when I got there. So I want to say thank you for bringing that up.
Yeah, no, that concludes my report. Thanks.
Mr. Rhodes, our village attorney.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. The legislature has ended their session, and the governor is busy signing bills. And as I understand it, at last count, there are 159 pieces of new legislation that in some way will affect local government. The IML has a very good State House briefing that gives information about all of the bills that are there. We obviously will be working on moving through some of the legislation that seriously affects our clients and will deal with those issues. But I would highly recommend that you do, if you get a chance, take a look at the IML website. It's iml.org. And they have a legislative page there where you can go and take a look, and they've got a bunch of different briefings on various legislation that's impactful on local government. So I would recommend that. And then the only other thing I have is to also give my congratulations to Edie and Barb on their milestones with the village of Carroll Stream. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Rhodes. Mr. Muller.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I, too, would like to congratulate Edie on her well-deserved retirement after 2+ decades of service to the village. I'm going to miss her gentle reminders every other week to get our time cards in, because it seems like I'm the last one to get them in every other week. And then also to Barb Wydra, who is our point person on the audit every year. She's on top of things, and Edie's always on top of the latest laws on payroll and what can be applied to overtime and the FMLA and all the other different categories of pay classes that we have, especially with the police department that has all different types of pay classifications for court time and training and things like that. So we're certainly going to miss Edie, and thank God Barb's still with us. So residents may have noticed workers in reflective vests walking on the parkways throughout the village. They are doing tree inventory to check the tree diversity and the health of the trees in the parkways. That's being done by Great Lakes Urban Forestry Management. And they should be concluding within the next several weeks. Congratulations to our police department, which was a first-place finisher in the 2020-21 Illinois Traffic Safety Challenge that was organized by the Illinois Association of Chiefs of Police. We placed first in the championship class, which compared us to first-place finishers from last year, which was a huge accomplishment. These awards take into consideration not only enforcement activities, but our policies, public information, education, and training, among other things. In addition to being the top department overall, we also tied to win 2 specialty awards for impaired driving and occupant protection. So, I mean, our police department is at the top of its class in many categories, thanks to the chief and his men and women. And then finally, we also were recognized by the Alliance Against Intoxicated Motorists that announced that our police department had the highest DUI arrest rate per officer in 2020 among agencies with over 200 DUI arrests. So I think Carroll Stream is known for its intolerance of drinking and driving while under the influence. So
very good.
That's all I have.
Thank you, Mr. Muller. Edie, thank you for, I really don't want to thank you for retiring, but I hope you have a good retirement. To spend 20 years in a job and retire and be able to do what you want to do, someday I'm looking forward to doing that. I think some people like to see me do it sooner than later, but we'll see about that. And I also like to thank Barb. 20 years, that's a long time. When you think of working someplace 20, we have so many people in this village that work 20, 25, 30, 35 years. It's amazing. So thank you for your time. Walk with the Mayor turned out to be, I thought, to be very interesting. I want to thank everybody that came out to support me. I was walking fast because Trustee Swarzy, ex-Trustee Swarzy, now County Board Swarzy, is a paramedic, and I figured if I hit the ground, he'd be right there to help me. So, but thank you for being there, Julia, and everybody that was there. I mean, that was very nice of you all to come out, and you too, Bob. I know Saturday is your day, but to be here and make sure. It's a good thing because my keys didn't open the building, which means we wouldn't have had any bathrooms and we couldn't get in there to get to the water. So thank you for being there. We talked about the ride for John. That was one wall with all of the pictures of the children. The other wall was probably 5 times as big, and those were the mothers. And there was, I don't know how many could have been on there. It had to be over 1,000 pictures on there. I'm looking at the ball field, and that's where they had it, on the back fence that faces next to where Yahoo is. And it's amazing the people that have suffered because of drugs. I'm going to say that I feel bad because I was on that committee. It was Mayor Jackson from Glendale Heights and Rich Veenstra, the mayor from Addison, and myself. And we headed up a program with Amita Hospital, the chiefs of police, the superintendents of schools. We really had a handle on what was going on. We had 10 kids from each school. Each mayor had 10. We had the superintendents would sit with us. We had more information than we possibly could have used that these children were well enough to give us. We had a handle on it, and then the pandemic hit. And as I'm hearing it now, we are worse off right now than we have ever been. There's more deaths from opioids than we've had in decades. Now, Chief, am I right when I say that? It's out of hand?
It is out of hand. I can't give you the numbers off the top of my head, but it has not been improving.
And I don't know if it will improve. I mean, I think that the lockdown of what would happen to some of these young people that were always able to go and do what they want to do when they wanted to do it, and their parents never stopped them, all at once they just can't go anyplace. They couldn't go anywhere. And we're not used to that in this country. We're used to getting on our bike and going to the show and doing what you got to do and with your friends. And all at once it all stopped. Everything closed down. And I think a lot of them we're paying the price for it right now. So we have to figure out a way to do more programs like Ride for John. We have to figure out a way to raise more money for awareness. We have a government that actually throws a lot of money away. We give money to other countries for a lot of things, and I don't have a problem with that. I do have a problem when we need that money here. It would be nice if they put all the millions that they keep giving away into an opioid program and really put some meat into it. I mean, I had people at the Ride for John ask me about, what do our police department, we got 3 social service workers. Most towns don't even have any. I mean, we've been on this thing for 30 years. It's like we could use more money. All of us could. So I don't know, with Mayor Jackson not being reelected and the situation that happened there, and I'm not sure about Rich Veenstra, he's very busy, but we need to figure out how we're going to get together and work on a project to help save lives. So I'm not sure yet who's going to be involved in that, but I will be looking for some powerful volunteers to join. I spent this morning here with Officer Castro and 15 of his DARE graduates. They're going to be, I guess, we're going to have a breakfast later on, but they were here this morning and they did a tour. The boys today, and then 15 of the girls tomorrow, so it'll be 30 altogether. Was able to put together little bags. Of course, I like to put bags with I don't have one up here. Give them a bag with water in it with my picture on it so they all know who I am. Most of them had no idea. They all had questions till they got here. They told Officer Castro, but then they didn't want to ask me. Once you're in front of the mayor, they don't have to be afraid of me. But I really enjoyed talking to them, and we gave them the tour up here, and then Officer Castro took them away. They wanted to see the police department. I said, this is the best way to see it when you're not going in handcuffs. So be good, because you don't want to go in there in handcuffs. So. But that was very nice. That was very good. The volunteers, we talked about it. Mary has been a volunteer for as long as I could remember. I'm just blown away. I got there late. I was at the Hanover Park Car Show. The mayor there is a personal friend of mine. We work on a lot of projects together. Rodney Craig threw his big car show on the same day, and I promised him I'd bring out a car. So I managed to find someone there from Carroll Stream to vote for me, because you have to vote for all the cars. I gave them my ballot, and I said, I know your car people. You don't have your car, so you vote for me, and they said yes. So I don't know if that's legal or not, but it worked. It was okay. I mean, everybody else votes for somebody, what's the difference? Anyway, the car show was a tremendous time there. A lot of Carroll Stream people there, and again, you could see people are just dying to get out. They can't wait to get out and do something. Car after car after car after car, and for some reason, every time a train went by, because it was held in the train station, and Mayor Craig actually sits on the Metro board, all the engineers are waving to him. He knows every one of them. I mean, and he's going by name. It's like, I guess he rides the train a lot. I don't know. But I don't know how he does what he does, but I gave him my support, and I was glad, and I was able to come back then and attend with the volunteers, and I was just blown away. I mean, we are so fortunate in this town. People don't realize all the volunteer work that's done, all the Thursday night concerts, all them people that are out there working are all volunteers. They're parking cars, they're picking up the horses, they're helping people, they're doing, I mean, I don't think anybody realizes that those people are all volunteers. I mean, that is amazing. When you look at the parade committee and you look at the volunteers that Rick has on that committee and all the things that go on when the police are working special unit stuff that they need done. I mean, it's just amazing how many people actually volunteer in this community. And I'll say it again, probably the reason I live here is because of the people. I mean, we don't have anything special except people in this town. We don't have a lot of things that other towns have, but we do have people, and people make the village, makes the town, and that's what we're fortunate enough to have. So I just want to say thank you to the volunteers. Mary put in over 500 hours and works, is a mother, always with her family, never misses anything here, and still put in 500 hours to help the police department, and my hat's off to you for that. That's fantastic. And then there was 600 and 700 hours, and that's I find to be amazing, especially on a down year like that. So that was really, that's phenomenal. So with that, we are going to go into closed session, Mr. Rhodes.
Yes, sir. We are going into closed session for two items this evening: collective negotiating matters, Section 2C2 of the Open Meetings Act, and the appointment, employment, compensation, discipline, performance, and/or dismissal of a specific employee, Section 2C1 of the Open Meetings Act. There will be no action taken after executive session, so the motion will be to go into executive session for those two purposes, and then to adjourn directly from executive session.
So then I needed a motion.
So moved.
Second?
Moved by trustee McCarthy, seconded by trustee Fruzzoloni. Clerk, call the roll.
Trustee Berger.
Aye.
Trustee Garvey.
Aye.
Trustee Zalick.
Aye.
Trustee Gieser.
Aye.
Trustee Fruzzoloni.
Aye.
Trustee McCarthy.
Aye.
Meeting is adjourned.